Have you ever met someone who made you feel like you weren't as good as they were? Maybe they made fun of your clothes, your bike. Maybe they made fun of where you lived. Who stood up for you? When faced with a bully or a group of bullies, having even one good friend can be a great comfort. The Outsiders is the story of a young teenager, Ponyboy Curtis, growing up in the early 1960s. It tells of his experience with living in a world of social prejudice. The story takes place in Arkansas, where barrel racing is a pastime for the younger crowd. Ponyboy's parents died in a car wreck, and since the accident, he and his brothers Soda Pop and Daryl live on their own. His older brother Daryl has taken on the parent role in the family and constantly worries about keeping his younger brothers out of trouble, because if he doesn't, they could be taken away from him and placed in foster care or even worse, juvenile detention. The Curtis boys have a group of rowdy friends, and they all like to call themselves the Greasers because of their slicked hairstyles. They don't have much, so this hairstyle is a symbol of their identity. Society considers them the kids from the wrong side of the tracks, and they tend to get into trouble with the law often. The Socias, or the socialites, are the kids from the other side of town, and they don't like the Greasers. In fact, they take any opportunity they can to pick on and rough up the Greasers. They also get into trouble, but society tends to just shake their heads or give these young offenders a slap on the wrist, while the Greasers are put into jail. Socias also have the cool cars, cool clothes, and cool girls, which are other reasons why the Greasers hate them. One evening, Ponyboy and his friend Johnny meet one of the Soch girls, Cherry, at the drive-in. After getting to know one another, they begin to see that Socias and Greasers aren't really all that different. They both have their own set of problems, but they're different types of problems. Pony and Cherry are also two characters who can still see that there is still beauty in the world, despite the ugliness of the gang wars. However, when Cherry's boyfriend Bob finds out that a Greaser spent time with his girl, he and his friends target the two young Greasers while they're alone. To prevent the Socias from killing Ponyboy, Johnny kills Bob, and the two boys find themselves running from the law. The two boys run away, fearing they'll be put into jail, or worse. To pass the time, as they hide out in an old abandoned church, Ponyboy and Johnny read the novel Gone with the Wind, which has a huge effect on Johnny. He pictures the gallant Civil War soldiers in his head, and he compares them to Dallas Winston, or Dally, the toughest of their Greaser gang, and Johnny's idol. Johnny wants to be just like them. Little does he know that their stay in the church will lead the two of them to their own acts of heroism. Back home, tension is building, and the rumble to end all rumbles between the Greasers and the Socias is being planned. Who will win? Will the Greasers finally rid themselves of the Socias in their territory, or will the bullying continue? Read The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton to find out who proves to be the true heroes and how true friends stand by one another through tough times.